Okay. I call to order this meeting of the Soldiers Memorial Commission. My name is Linnea Magnuson, and I chair the commission. City of St. Louis Board of Public Service, Soldiers Memorial Commission, I should say, give the entire title. Today is Thursday, March 20th, 2025, and it's 3:03 p.m. And we'll proceed according to the agenda. And the first thing I have on the agenda here, let me pull up my share screen here, is this will work. Is that working? Let's see. Does that work? Let's see. Then we'll go back one. On second here, get the slideshow going. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So has everyone got the screen share? Hopefully, got it. Okay, good. Yeah. So first thing on our agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. And how about if we have Gilberto Pinella? Would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Gilberto?
Yes.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty
and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Gilberto. My new list. Okay, so I'm going to go through, following the agenda, I'm going to go through the roll call, well, kind of skipped, but roll call of Soldiers Memorial Commissioners now. So in alphabetical order, and we need 5 for a quorum. Corinne Barget, here, okay. Freddie Dunlap, Freddie's here. Jason Flesher is not here. He said he couldn't make it. And then we have Janika Hayden. I saw Janika. Is she here? Janika? Can I unmute you?
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I sure can. Thank you.
Present.
Janika Hayden?
Present.
Okay. Judith Hansis?
Present.
Gilberto Pinella?
Present.
Levon Smart?
Present.
And Steve Wall?
Present.
Great, great. We have new commissioners this meeting. So what I'd like to do next is go to the, whoops, what am I doing here? This is switching pages for some reason on me. I'm sorry about that. Let me go back here. I know, let me go back here. I didn't push any buttons here, so let me try this escape here real quick. Okay, go back here. Oh, I know what I'm doing. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, got it. I got a flag at the end of this and a flag at the beginning, and I got kind of mixed up. So, so we do have a quorum. And what I'd like to do first is if we could maybe go around and introduce ourselves. Like I said, my name is Linnea Magnuson, and I'm superintendent over at Soldiers Memorial Military Museum. And I chair the Soldiers Memorial Commission as well. And so Corinne's not here, Corinne Barget's not here, Freddie's not here, Jason's not here. Janika Hayden, would you mind telling us, introducing yourself to us?
Sure. My name is Janika Hayden. I work for Megan Green, the president of the Board of Aldermen.
Great. And then Judith?
Judith Hansis, and I'm a representative for the American Legion. I'm an Army veteran.
Great. And then Gilberto Pinella?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Gilberto Pinella. I am the mayor's liaison on the commission, and I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran and a sub-district commissioner for the Missouri Historical Society as well. And I sit on the Soldiers Memorial Committee.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then we have Levon Smart.
Levon Smart, I'm the Deputy Director of Public Safety.
Great. And last but certainly not least is Steve Wall.
Hi, I'm Steve Wall. I am honored to be here. I look forward to working with all of you. I've worked with veterans for at least 15 years in various capacities here in St. Louis and across the country.
And Marine Corps veteran, right?
Correct.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for introducing yourselves. I'm very excited that we have a full commission, and it's really good to see.
I thought I saw Rich Bradley on the,
I did.
can we
Rich
introduce
is
him?
not a commissioner.
You did, but I am the president of the Board of Public Service for the city. I oversee the building, but Linnea is 100% correct, Judith. I am not a formal commissioner. I'm a guest at this meeting.
Well, just as long as you're not an interloper. We are so grateful that we work under you. Thank you.
Yes, I share that actually as well. All righty, so the first thing I have on the agenda is the approval of the last meeting we had, which is back in November, which seems like 1,000 years ago. Let me switch to that. If you want to read through it, then I will call for a vote on it.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, thank you. All those in favor of accepting the meeting minutes from November 21st, 2024, Soldiers Memorial Commission meeting minutes from November 21st, 2024, say aye.
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 Linnea, I don't know if I can vote on that. I wasn't,
I don't know, I was wondering about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'll just abstain.
Okay. I think we can
And,
still,
and the same thing for me, since I wasn't here.
I know, I'm gonna have to figure out how I can post these things. I'll have to talk to some people about that, but I'll take care of it. Nick, do you know how we do that?
So I can't remember, was there a quorum present for that meeting? I do think, let me see here. So there
I
was
think there,
Corrine, Judith, and Linnea were in
yeah,
attendance.
so 3.
So yeah, so I don't think we need to confirm these meeting minutes since there wasn't a quorum. I
Okay.
do think it is appropriate for those who were not present to abstain.
Okay, can I still post them or how do I handle that? I can't really, huh?
You can
Well,
do
I'll
it
talk to
in,
you about that.
You
after.
can, yeah, I mean, you can post them. I would just note that there was no quorum present.
Got it. Okay, thank you
you
very
can
much.
certainly email them.
I'm sorry.
You can certainly email them.
I'll do that for sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay, thank you, everyone. Now let's go back to the, all right, so now we move on to Mark Sunliff, who didn't introduce himself yet. And I'm very happy to turn over to Mark and ask him to introduce himself. And can you share your screen or do I need to close out here first?
I usually just bring up my speaking minutes. I think you just leave this up, Linnea, and I can bring up my
Okay.
speaking minutes. Yeah,
Great.
you bet. Well, good to meet all the, electronically meet all of the new commissioners. It's great to see all of you on the commission. That's cool. Linnea's had some vacancies for a little bit, and so to get them filled up is fantastic. So I'm Mark Sunliff. So I work for the Missouri Historical Society, and as you know, the city is in agreement with the Historical Society, whereby the city owns the building and the collections, the historic collections, and of course the land. But the Historical Society is responsible for operating or managing all of the above. So it's good to be here. You can't see him, but Jose is with me. Jose is one of our staff members. He's at his computer that does not have a camera, so can't see him. He's got a big control center in the basement of Soldiers where he produces digital media for us. He's got a souped up computer without a camera, but makes movies and short things for us. So Jose, you want to just say hello?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, sorry, apologize about the lack of a camera there, but just want to thank Mark for letting me sit in and listen in. Yeah, so thank you.
So a lot of those can be found at YouTube. On YouTube, it's the Missouri Historical Society's channel. Jose probably makes 2 to 3 videos for us a month. They're all different. He'll record significant events like Memorial Day or Veterans Day and turn those into a film. And then for other events, he'll do kind of short segments or clips. He did an excellent one on Stand Down last year, which we then can distribute to partners in that event so that they can share it with others, so people know what it's all about and what's happening, what it looks like, so on. But then he also does videos on artifacts in the collection. So as you know, not all the artifacts are on display here at Soldiers Memorial. In fact, there's quite a lot that are not. So one way we can show more of those artifacts is to have Jose make some videos for us that, you know, take a close look at the artifacts and tell a little bit about their history and whatnot. So it's been a good asset. I think, Jose, you've been on board maybe, I don't know, a year and a half now, or
Yeah, about a little more than a year. I think I started last February, so yeah.
This is a new position for us. We hadn't had a similar position before, so kind of a little experimental, but it's working great. And it's nice to have so many of these things actually recorded on video and then shared out to many folks. All right, well, that's kind of an aside. I guess I'll get back to the agenda, Linnea. Operations, events, programs, exhibits, collections. Kind of let you all know what's been happening. It's been a pretty quiet start to the year. There's really no notable changes in operations since we last met. There's no change in staff or other situations. As far as events and programs, most of what I have for you is upcoming. Saturday, March 29th. March 29th is National Vietnam War Veterans Day. If you weren't aware, it's a national day, national holiday. So last year we started a tradition of having a breakfast for Vietnam vets and for others, for their friends and families as well, of course. So we'll do that Saturday morning in the Assembly Hall. March 29th, breakfast will start at 8:30. If you know a Vietnam veteran, you are more than welcome. I encourage you to bring them, him or her, to the breakfast. There is a registration, so I can send that to you if you're interested. But we'll get close probably to selling it out. We can fit about 100 folks in that room in the round tables. So we'll do that again this year. And we're screening it this year with a film called My Vietnam, Your Iraq. It's a film that was produced by a Vietnam War veteran who looked at the generational connections between fathers for the most part, and their sons or daughters. The father having served in Vietnam, the son or daughter having served in Iraq, and kind of the connections and the dynamics of those relationships. It's been highly praised by the Vietnam Veterans of America. It's not so much with Vietnam ends up being political. It's not a real political film. It really looks at these personal relationships between the two. So there's that's coming up March 29th, next Saturday. And then April 27th, Rick Beyer will be back. Rick is the author of a book called The Ghost Army. He was heavily involved with the development of the Ghost Army exhibit that's on display here now. Fully titled The Ghost Army, the Combat Con Artists of World War II. It's an absolutely fascinating story. If you don't know it, it's kind of some of the earliest psychological operations that we were doing. Similar things have been done in the past, but these guys there's about 1,100 man unit who was fully dedicated to fully dedicated to deceiving the German army. Previous things of this nature, armies would take a certain fighting unit and have them pull off a deception operation and then go back to being a fighting unit. But this unit was designed specifically just solely for deception, and the level of detail and the different tools and methods that they use is really, really fascinating. So Rick will be here on the April 27th. That's a Sunday, 2 p.m., doing a book talk and a book signing. Well, I think what's really cool about this is we actually, this is cool for St. Louis, I think. We were contacted by a descendant of the Ghost Army. So there was the Congressional Gold Medal was issued to the Ghost Army back in March of 2024. So really just about a year ago. And I think it was the first time that a lot of the descendants of the members of that World War II unit met each other. And now they're trying to kind of build some connection, some deeper connection. So they wanted to do a reunion of sorts. So they're going to be doing that here at Soldiers Memorial before the book talk, and they'll have lunch and kind of get together. So I thought that was pretty cool. Our marketing team will definitely push that out to local media. I think they'll bite on that. They'll want to highlight the fact that they chose St. Louis to do this first reunion of sorts.
Mark?
Yep.
Question. Did I hear you say veterans from that unit will be?
No, they're just their descendants.
Oh, their descendants.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think there's.
They will be there?
Yep, they'll be here.
Okay, they're
Yep.
actually gonna meet on the same day. Great.
Yeah, so they're gonna get here early and have lunch here before Rick's talk. Right now, they have 30 folks signed up from across the country who are coming in for that. So
what time is the presentation?
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah.
Because I will announce that tomorrow at the Forever Young Club.
Yeah.
The many people who came on our tour, and I think some of them would be really interested in attending.
Yeah, Rick gives a fantastic presentation. He's really a great speaker, and the topic is really well done. If anybody was at the previous one, he was here September or October, I can't remember. So this is a return trip for him, but he's going to change it a little bit. It's not going to be the exact same thing you heard in his previous talk. It'll be a little bit different, a little different focus. This is the moving on. This is the 50th anniversary of the fall of Saigon, 1975. Fox Channel 2 has produced a film, 1-hour documentary, and we'll be screening that here Sunday, May 4th at 2 p.m. And that will be followed by a speaker panel that's yet to be pulled together. And then the big one, the one I hope you all can attend, May 26th is Memorial Day. Would certainly love to see you all there and encourage you not just to come by yourself, but to maybe bring a friend or family, especially if they've never been to Soldiers Memorial. It's a great opportunity. It'll be the last day of the Ghost Army exhibit, so you can knock that out and attend the observance. And we will have a VIP breakfast that you all will be invited to prior to the ceremony. That breakfast will start around 9 a.m. So that's kind of the upcoming programs and events. As far as exhibitions go, Ghost Army is it will run through May 26th, as I just said. Originally, if you recall, it was supposed to be moving to its next destination back in January, but we were able to extend it through May. It's been proven a very popular exhibit for us, and doing really well. And then this summer, June 19th, we open the next exhibit called Tuskegee Airmen, America's Freedom Flyers. That'll be on exhibit from June 19th through November 2nd. And one thing that's really cool, so the local Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated chapter had worked with the city to have the small section of Chestnut Street in front of Soldiers Memorial, so between 13th and 14th Street, ceremoniously named the Tuskegee Airmen Way. So we'll be having that kind of unveiling or announcement that morning on June 19th when we have the exhibition premiere opening. So that'll be pretty cool. So they'll put two, I don't know if they're red or I thought Rich had told me they were red, but I could be wrong about that. Signs above or below the existing Chestnut Street signs. So that's pretty cool. And then that exhibit runs through November 2nd. And then the one that follows that opens really quickly after that, November 11th. And that's exhibit called 2 Minutes to Midnight and the Architecture of Armageddon. It's quite the title, but it's a traveling exhibit that's mostly a photographic exhibit of Cold War installations. So both offensive stuff like the Minuteman missile systems and the Titan missile systems, but also some of the home front stuff like bomb shelters and some of the stuff that they had built and established around DC for that kind of fallout shelter stuff. So that exhibit, it's mostly a photographic exhibit. It'll run November 11th through January 6th. So pretty short run, but that'll close out the year for us. And finally, collections. I missed this meeting. I think Judith and Linnea were probably there, but I think the last acquisition was a Foot Locker, uniforms, papers, manuals, etc. Marine Lance Corporal Jack T. J.T. Kenner. He's who had passed in 2008. He served in a weapons combined anti-armor team, CAAT, Red Company, 1st Battalion, 7th Marines. He did a couple of tours in Iraq. It made the ultimate sacrifice in a motor vehicle crash on May 17th, 2008. So his items from his service are, I believe that they've all moved through the Board of Public Service and have been approved for the collection now. And so a nice acquisition and an important representation. We don't have a whole lot. We got some artifacts, but not a whole lot from, the last 25 years. So it's good to make sure we get those stories into the exhibits and programs. Finally, we did a little bit of cleanup work on the deaccession policy, the policy that kind of guides how artifacts are carefully removed, deliberately removed from the collection, which doesn't happen very often, but does happen for a number of reasons. But the policies and procedures, we just tightened them up a little bit recently. I am happy to field questions.
Any questions for Mark? I'm really happy to see the Vietnam events coming up. That's a really good addition, I think, to the annual calendar. That will be annual, correct?
Yeah, that's an annual breakfast now. So we did it last year, and we had about 80 people here. Got some media coverage, which is good. And then this year, we hope to. Right now we're at about 50 registrations, so we need another 50 more to max it out. But they usually tend to come in pretty late as people finalize their personal calendars. Yeah.
I actually had another question as well. Are you actively reaching out to the community for things from more recent conflicts or materials or objects?
I would
stories,
probably
or
say
not so
no,
much,
you
or-
know, not real proactively about it.
Yeah.
You know, we certainly, you know,
Just
if-
curious, not saying
yeah.
you should, just curious.
Yeah, I think right now Mike has enough struggles, you know,
Right.
keeping up with people who come to him with potential artifacts and keeping up with that process. It's he gets more calls and more emails than you probably well, you know, Linnea, but
Yeah, I do.
there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that are, you know, stopping by or calling or whatnot, looking to make artifact donations. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Does anyone else have questions? Mark?
Mark, the rename of the street, that between 13th and 14th, is that permanent or just for the time of the exhibition?
I believe it's permanent. I know it's not connected to the exhibition really at all, other than obviously the topic is the same, but it wasn't a part of the exhibition planning. It was done as a separate effort. So I'm not sure. I can't speak to the city ordinances and stuff, but I believe that it's permanent.
That's correct.
Okay. Thanks, Janika. Yeah, it was pretty cool because Carl reached out to me and I said, well, I can't change the name of the street, Carl. I said, that's out of my jurisdiction. So you have to work with the city on that one. So he did. And he's a mover and shaker and he got it done pretty quickly. I was pretty impressed. Got it through all the appropriate steps that it needed to go through, including a vote by the alderman and then signed by the mayor.
That's great. Any more questions for Mark or comments at all? No, okay, then I guess I can move
Exciting.
on. then. Oh, excuse me? No, okay. Calling for questions, new business and announcements. Any of those from anybody?
Let me just add, Linnea, any of the new members, I would love to give you a tour of Soldiers. You can come by, you know, just give me a call or heads up that I'll show you around and explain operations and take you through the galleries. And we can go deep history all about the development of Memorial Plaza and Soldiers Memorial. It's really quite, if you don't know that history yet, it's really quite interesting the way that this area of St. Louis was transformed during the building of Soldiers Memorial. Really quite a dramatic transformation. We can go into all that. We can do the galleries. We can do the Ghost Army, which I love to talk about. Just let me know. I think you all should have my email and we'll do that.
And I was watching for invitations from Mark for different events as well.
Oh yeah, that's one more thing, Linnea. So I put in the mail last week one of these fridge magnets. So you can throw this on your fridge and it's got all of the major events. Every now and then we're going to add some events. They'll get sprinkled in, but this is the core of it. And there's a QR code on there that'll take you to the website where you need to get more information or some of the events you need to register for just due to capacity. They're pretty few and far between, but there are a few that you do need to register for. But yeah, so you should get that soon if you haven't already, and then yeah, find a spot on your fridge for it or in the office.
Yeah. Any more questions, new business or announcements from anybody?
Thanks, Mark, for doing such interesting programming.
Oh, thanks, Judy.
It's growing every year, and every year it's more wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I echo that. Thank you so much for your work. your hard work on making the Soldiers Memorial a place that we're all very proud of. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Gilberto.
Guess I can call for adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning the March 20th, 2025 Soldiers Memorial Commission meeting, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? No. Thank you. The meeting is closed and ended at, let me see what time it is here. 3:33 p.m. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming, and I look forward to seeing everyone in person at some of these events. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.